if anybody in the chat knows, we have, I think, 1 or 2 videos covering Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This is a game that is going to go one of 2 ways, just straight up. It's going to go one of 2 ways. It is either going to be a low-key banger of a hit, or it's going to be another kind of like cinema adaptation that never really clicks with folks, right? I saw this the other day, and I was afraid to click on it because this is the first gameplay deep dive they've done. To showcase a 14-minute gameplay video means to me they're confident in their game. That is a great sign for all of us. And I'm not just saying that. That's a really great sign for all of us. So we're going to dive into this one. It's a bit long, but I am really interested to see what they're doing with Indiana Jones. So let's check it out. I'm waiting for the giant boulder. I knew it. I knew it was coming.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, not a giant boulder. Lots of sand.
All right, exit. There's gotta be an exit.
That's pretty intense. Wouldn't he be buried by now? Why is he rising with the sand? That's not how sand works. I don't think. I'm not a sand expert.
It's like quicksand.
We will suspend our reality for a second there. I mean, movement looks a little clunky, but I guess that's to be expected. You know, he's not a superhero, right?
Welcome to Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I'm Pete Ward, audio director at Machine Games.
Oh, that's
Here
right,
to
Machine
introduce
Games.
you to
That's
this
Deus,
first-person
not Deus Ex.
action-adventure game that will
Wolfenstein,
take you on
guys.
a global journey as the legendary archaeologist.
Thanks, pal.
Explore the forgotten marvels of the world with the tools you need to embark on a classic indie story. The fedora, the whip, the revolver. You'll experience what it feels like to step into the boots of the legend. Our story begins here. Professor Jones is awoken by a break-in.
All right, pal. You can't sleep here.
With a priceless relic stolen, the chase is on to uncover the mystery. Joining the chase is Gina, an Italian journalist with a quest of her own.
Yeah, but that's superstition. And I don't believe in superstition.
Neither do I. But if Voss thinks those stone relics can help the Reich, then we have to find them before he does.
No, you have to find them. I have to find my sister.
Standing against them is Indy's rival, archaeologist Emmerich Voss, who is plundering sites around the globe, searching for a set of mysterious artifacts. But as Indy digs deeper, he soon discovers the theft is only a small part of a grander global conspiracy.
Ich muss Sie warnen, Herr Voss. Die Relikte sind gefährlich. Sie sollen Kraft erbürgen, die nicht von dieser Welt sind.
Und genau deswegen will der Führer sie haben.
Luckily, Indy and Gina have a global network of allies to counter Voss.
I am Dame Nawal Shafiq Buckley.
We made it, Henri!
I'm an archaeologist.
Another one.
I'm just going to pause for a second because one thing that's incredibly clear with this game, at least right off the bat, incredibly narrative driven, right? So single player, obviously, but if you're somebody that's into narrative driven games, this might be for you. It's incredibly single player narrative driven. So many characters introduced in just that, 3 minutes? And a lot of those building blocks of, have a little bit of adventure, have a story beat. I always like to provide that context, kind of that frame of reference when we think about these new games, because you never want to go into a game questioning what you're playing.
The game is designed around the charm and resourcefulness of our hero. You will be thrown into this story-driven journey where Indy must hunt for clues to uncover the Great Circle's mysteries.
What do we have here?
Really cool environments too. Like, I actually really like the environments that we're looking
This
at.
race for answers will take you to ancient crypts, lost civilizations, and much more. The focus for this game is adventure.
I found a key to a hidden chamber.
What was this built for?
Looks like a temple. Maybe a rite of passage for Khmer warriors.
When you venture into the unknown, we want exploration to feel truly rewarding.
Let me see here.
We carefully crafted each environment to encourage players to uncover clues,
Oh, nice. We got some like genuine
discover
puzzle
valuable
elements.
objects.
There we go.
I mean, obviously, that's not that complicated, right?
Your
But
adventure.
Down you go! Another time, chum.
During your adventure, Indy's versatile tools are at your disposal. It's up to you to find clever uses for each of them. That includes Indy's camera. Snap photos to reveal historical insights and important clues. Or, if you feel the need, use it to receive puzzle hints.
Need to direct the
that's
light to
pretty
the
cool.
metal discs.
The journal is your complete guide. It starts as a blank slate, but becomes a detailed archive of your journey with maps, photos, and letters. It's a reminder of where you've been, and, for the sharp observer, a hint about where to head next.
I really like when games do this. This is, to me, at least what we're seeing here, is a game that's not going to hold your hand necessarily through something unless you want it held a little bit more with the camera feature. You know, I think most modern games that we play, one of the things that I personally don't really enjoy is when a game overly holds your hand. And while this is clearly doing that in a way, what's really neat is kind of that layering effect of gathering those clues or those insights and seeing that all come together in more of an organic way. Sometimes a clue in a game is just picking up a piece of paper, not actually reading it, and then the game's quest update will basically tell you the summary of that note, right? You could actually get a note that says so much detail and context about the quest or the world, and then all of a sudden your quest tracker just updates and says, go to this point. That's not utilizing a system like that in a way that's meaningful to the player. That's just providing them something to do to get to the next point without providing them that kind of immersive experience. This is a little bit more immersive. It's a little bit more, we're giving you kind of each of these things drip by drip, and then ultimately you're going to have to kind of come up with the solution, which I really like.
Your travels will inevitably take you into restricted areas. That's where disguises come in.
I hope they fit.
You should have become a man of the cloth.
I found another calling.
Use of disguises can help you enter guarded areas. Ensure you avoid those who have a sharp eye for spotting trespassers.
Dura, bring me die Flasche.
There you are.
Hörst du etwas schlecht?
And of course, there's the whip, Indy's most important tool. It's a powerful weapon in combat and a crucial tool for traversing lost ruins.
Come on, you can do this, Indy.
Just a bit further. There. The water's flowing now.
Indy's greatest tool, his mind. Just like Indy, you'll use yours to navigate buried tombs and activate forgotten puzzles, while avoiding deadly traps. Clues from the journal, traversal, and decryption are just a few of the things you'll need to figure out the solutions. Every puzzle is designed to fit seamlessly into the world. They range from smaller challenges, hiding forbidden secrets, to epic obstacles leading to greater mysteries.
Longinus, a soldier who pierced the side of Jesus with a holy lance. Three.
Solving these puzzles will make you feel like the world's greatest archaeologist.
You talk about a game not hiding something. They're showing a lot of what this game is about. They're really not hiding anything, which is actually very cool. There was a game I covered. It was a one-off. I did a review on it. It was my first introduction into like a true first-person adventure puzzle game. I can't remember what it was called, but that's not the point. I really like what I'm seeing here because, again, you have that layering effect of exploring your environment, finding clues in your environment, and then solving these puzzles. They're actually showing how you're going to engage with these puzzles. What you're actually seeing is the variety of puzzles and how the environmental puzzles are actually really tied to the theme of the game, which is Indiana Jones being a huge adventurer, archaeologist. I see you guys talking about the voice acting too in the chat here. I don't know who Troy Baker is. I see that we're pointing out that he's playing Indiana Jones. I really like the voice acting so far. It sounds really clean, but it also sounds really authentic. They're not hiding a lot here. And that's really cool to see.
Sounds like that did something.
The key to the game's combat is to carefully decide your approach. Will you outsmart?
Watch your step, pal.
Or overpower your enemies?
And that's Professor to you.
Outsmart foes in stealth, using your environment as your greatest weapon.
Was ist das?
Pick up a nearby object to distract, stun, or subdue enemies while remaining unnoticed.
Mist! Er hat ihn umgelegt! Oh, das tat echt weh!
Enemy AI
You need to
doesn't
hold your
look
own
great.
with powerful combos,
Just throwing that out
blocks,
there.
and defensive parrying. Precisely timing and mixing up these moves is critical to landing a knockout combo or a classic finisher. You'll combine these brawling skills with your whip, your revolver, and anything within reach for amazingly creative combat.
Cos'è questa roba?
To avoid sounding an alarm, you can carry incapacitated enemies into the shadows, out of sight from patrolling guards.
All right, fella. Where should I hide you?
As you complete missions, you'll earn adventure points to expand your skill set. There are dozens of upgrades that let you customize Indy's abilities to your playstyle. The ability Lucky Hat gives Indy an extra chance to come back from a fatal blow.
That is very cool. Picking up the hat to get a second life. I like that a
The
lot.
bare hands ability strengthens Indy, letting him take down enemies unarmed.
Fell like a leaf.
Oh, that was a little lame, not gonna lie.
Open areas give you the freedom to find your own adventures.
Beautiful.
Wow. What a view.
In these areas, let your curiosity take you off the main path and uncover new missions, mysteries, and secrets.
It's a trap!
But I was so sure.
We're about to die!
So what do we do?
Find a way out before we're crushed!
Everything is carefully researched and crafted to authentically recreate a vibrant 1930s.
What are you selling?
I think I have something for you.
Yeah, little guy.
Maybe this would tease open your money pouch.
Exploring with a keen eye is essential to making discoveries. Like an underground fight club.
It's like some Sherlock Holmes Fight
While
Club.
the vividly recreated locations you visit have a clear goal driving the story forward, you'll always feel enticed to explore the world and discover the many secrets
Yeah, that's
hiding
one of
around
those.
every corner.
The layering I was
to you,
mentioning, right?
Wolverine.
You just unlock the map there. Now that's in the journal. You have a little bit more knowledge, access to the area. Pretty cool. I just like that better than just having everything right at your fingertips from the start.
This place gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Gina!
Scared of snakes? Not a chance.
We can't wait to bring you along for this journey we've poured our hearts into. For you to experience the wonderful places, meet our charming cast of characters, and discover the secrets of the Great Circle.
Son of a... No, wait!
Oh, God.
Run!
All right, so we're less than a month away from this one. That was a long trailer, or sorry, I guess you could say, long gameplay showcase, but ultimately, I walked away with a lot more positives than I did negatives. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Maybe you're feeling a little lukewarm about it. It's very clear to me that the adventure parts of this game are the best parts. The combat parts of this game, which we haven't talked about yet, look incredibly lackluster. Is that because Indiana Jones is just a dude that can punch and shoot and use a whip? I almost said a wisp. Probably. That's literally the combat gameplay loop. He punches Nazis, he uses his whip to disarm them if they have a gun, and maybe he grabs something in the environment to smack them with. What I worry about is if they rely on that too much, that's not enough of a combat system to make it interesting. Livid in the chat mentioned the side missions and the secrets, and I kind of want to end talking about that because what I was not expecting open world elements of this game. This to me screamed on the rails, go from point A to point B to point C to point D, and then eventually you get to the end of the game. That is a huge question mark. It's a really enticing question mark, but it's a huge question mark. Mainly because what are those things going to reward you with? If they're going to reward you with genuine upgrades to your character, cosmetics, maybe you're not going to mess with Indiana Jones too much, and you're playing a first-person game, so what's the point? But really, what is the payoff for doing that exploration? The puzzle elements of any game, in my opinion, are never enough for players. I think Fervor in the chat is saying, are puzzles enough to spend $60 on? That's a great question. It is a great question. I don't think any game that was purely puzzle-based, other than something like a Portal, have ever enticed players to pay a solid chunk of money. Let's not pretend $60 is not a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But a game like Portal was never $60, right? It was, I don't know what it was at its peak, maybe $20, $30. Other games that are in this space, first-person adventure games like Call of the Sea, that's the game I was trying to remember before, Call of the Sea, that was never $60. That was a $30 game or a $40 game. In that space, I think you could sell people on a puzzle first adventure game. $60, full price tag? I don't know.